Welcome to our class, Social Studies, Class 5. And today is our new topic, that is people and population. So in our country, we have different language groups, but in total, the total number of people living in our country forms our population. So our population as a country, we are around 47 million people in Kenya. So what is a language group? We also have some major language groups in Kenya. Remember, a language group consists of people who speak almost the same language because they have a common ancestor or they have the same ancestry. So in Kenya, some of the major language groups that you can find in Kenya, number one, we have the Bantu speaking group. The Bantus are the major or they're the main language group in Kenya. Then we have the Nilotes. Also, we have the Kushites and the Semites. So these are groups of people, the language groups that entered our country because of various reasons. So they had their original homelands. So all these groups, make sure you know their original homelands, where they came from. And then also, you should know their occupation, their work that they specialized in. For example, you can say that the Bantus were farmers or cultivators. So the main reason for them migrating from where they are coming from is maybe because they wanted to look for a fertile land to continue with their occupation. So again, we said a language group consists of people who speak almost the same language. So if I talk about the Bantus, you will find out that their language is almost the same. When they talk, they don't understand one another, but the language is related because they have a common ancestor or common ancestry. So if you continue this lesson, you can say that Bantus, we will start with the Bantus. They are the main language group in Kenya. So the main language group in Kenya is the Bantus. They are the majority, and they are believed to have migrated from Congo forest. And that is their original homeland. And their main occupation or the work that they were doing is farming or cultivation. And the reason why they are migrating is maybe in search of fertile land for cultivation. So in your books, again, make sure at the end of this lesson, you are able to give me these notes. That is our title, People and Population. Then major language groups in Kenya, you have written this one in your books. And then let's start with the Bantus. And then Bantus, I've told you, you are supposed to have these notes in your book. So Bantus, forming the major language group in Kenya, coming from all the way from Congo forest, and their occupation is mainly farming. So they are migrating, or they were migrating, searching for fertile land for cultivation. So when they found enough fertile land, they'll settle there to continue with the art of farming. So if you look at the pictures there that were prepared for you, some of the Bantus, they had their own cultural practices. The women always, they had those tattoos in their bodies, and even their mode of dressing is different from other language groups. So if you're a man also, there is a way in which they are dressing. That is there, when they are having their cultural practices, they have their cultural dances, songs and dances, etc. So what we are saying is that all these language groups, they had their own distinctive cultural practices that is different. So Kenya is a country full of diversity. We have different language groups with different cultural practices. So the Bantus, if you look at them there is a way in which they do things. So the people's way of life is what we call culture. They had their own culture. So if you look at the two pictures that are given there, we will know the types of dressing for the women and also for their male counterparts, especially during cultural practices. So Bantus are divided into three groups. We are talking about those who settle at the western part of Kenya, and their name always start with Aba. So Abaluya, Abakuria, Abagusi, and Abasuba, they form part of the western Bantus. They settled on the western part of Kenya when they entered the country. So those who settled at the central part of Kenya mostly include the Agikuyu, Akamba, Ameru, Aembu, Ambere. And then there are those who went at the coastal parts. All of them were moving in search of fertile land. So those who settled at the western part, they saw that this area is fertile, they settled there. And then those who went to the central part of Kenya, they also experienced a very good climate, and also the land was very fertile for them, they settled there. And then those who continue moving until they reach the coastal part of Kenya, that is Mombasa, Kwale, Kilifi. That is when you will find these groups. And also they found the land there, though it was not that fertile, but some of them also engage in trade. For example, Waswahili. They form Western Bantus because of interaction with the Arabs at the coastal part of Kenya that led to the emergence of Waswahili. Then we have Wataita, Wataveta, Wapokomo, and the Mijikenda group. So Mijikenda, there are very many. The subgroup of including Mijikenda, we're going to cover in the next lesson. But in the meantime, what I want you to understand here right now is that Bantus are divided into three groups. When you talk about Western Bantus, you are able to understand about the Abaluya, Abakuri, Abagusi, and Abasuba. Then Central Bantus, Agikuyu, Akamba, Ameru, Aembu, Ambere. Then on the side of the coastal was Swahili, Wataita, Wataveta, Wapokomo, and Mijikenda. So as a good pupil, ensure that I get your notes today or tomorrow being the last day. So if you're watching this video, take your time, take your 10 to 20 minutes, sit down, arrange these notes in order. This is our very new topic and we'll be continuing from there. So if you don't write these notes, you are not part of our class, and it's very punishable when the school reopens. So write them down, participate in the lessons, every subject that the teachers are preparing for you, and you will find your life very easy when the school opens. Otherwise, I want you to have a good time.